I'm Joy Kelly. Welcome to Cook with Joy. Welcome to another series of exciting holiday episodes where we're going to make some treats just for the holidays. And we're going to show you something every day that you can either put together to make one big feast, or maybe you want to have 12 days of Christmas and have something different every day. Today we're going to make one of my family's staples. We're going to make twice baked potatoes, and we're going to show you how to make them in a way that they're not terrible for you. They're actually delicious. So first of all, we're going to start out with potatoes. Now, a lot of people think that potatoes aren't good for you. Potatoes are great for you, especially when you can catch them before they hit the floor. So actually, potatoes are very healthful for you. It's just that when you load them up with butter and cream cheese and sour cream and all that stuff, they're not very good for you. Most people think of them as a delivery system for fat. But today what we're going to do is we're going to turn them into a healthy version of a twice baked potato. Start out with the good russet potatoes. The thinner skinned yellows and the reds, they're pretty and they're tasty, but they don't do well for twice baked potatoes. So I've already prepared one ahead of time. As you can see, I cut the top off of this one before I cooked it. That way I don't have to prick it, number one. Number two, I'm going to get another piece that I can use, and I'm going to make potato skins out of these with the same filling. So once they've been baked, and I baked them until they were done at 400 degrees. And I put them on a cookie sheet with parchment paper underneath. And I did that so that I didn't have any mess on the cookie sheet, and also so I didn't have to use any oil, and also so that the bottom of the potato didn't get burned. And I'm cutting this little crusty part off because that's not going to scoop out very well. And then the next thing that I'm going to do is scoop out the inside of the potato. And this is where you want to be a little bit delicate. You don't want to poke through the skin, but you want to get it thin enough so that the skin of the potato gets crunchy. And that's really the delicious part about this. We have this on Christmas Eve along with whatever else we're going to have. We kind of have some family traditions that we do, but this has always been one of them, and the kids really look forward to this. But this is what a lot of restaurants do because they're lazy and they don't get enough of the inside out, and so it's too thick and it's not interesting enough. It doesn't really taste like a different dish. It just tastes like a baked potato with a little bit of something stuffed into it. But we're going to get enough of that potato out so that we get lots to mash up, and we can really fill it and have it be a whole unique dish. So now I've got the insides of the potato, and right now you can choose to add whatever you want. I'm going to put in some broccoli, and I steamed this ahead of time, but I'm just going to chop it up a little bit so it gets fine, because if you put in big chunks of it, it's not going to be very delicious, right? So I'm just going to chop up a little, and I'm going to add that to the potato mixture. Delicious. Now you can put in whatever you want. I like to use shallots. Shallots are like a cross between an onion and a garlic. Obviously they have all the benefits of both in terms of health benefits and quercetin, but I love the unique flavor. So I minced some very finely, and I'm going to add that to my mixture. Now you could add some bacon bits if you want. These are faux bacon bits. You could add real bacon bits. These are some vegetarian ones, and maybe we'll put a little bit of that in there, or maybe we won't. It's not open yet, so I don't think I'll do that. We're definitely going to put in some fresh salt and pepper. And then if you like, most twice baked potatoes are loaded with cheese, and you can use a cheese alternative, one that you make, and you may have watched one of my recipes where I show you how to make your own cheese, but I was in a hurry, so I just bought some Daya, and I'm just going to add a little bit of that because it gives it a more creamy texture. You could get that same creamy texture by adding some broth if you wanted to, or adding some almond milk or something like that, but I'm going to add a little bit of faux Parmesan and a little bit of the Daya cheese, just to get a more interesting look and a more interesting texture and a more interesting flavor. And then I'm going to load up the potato. So I've got some green, I've got the shallots actually are a little bit pink. They're kind of pretty. So they're going to add some color, and I'm really going to make sure I get every little nook and cranny of this potato full. Oh, you could add some earth balance too if you wanted to, and that would hold it together a little bit more. I didn't do that with this one, but you could add that.
What's earth balance?
Earth balance is a faux butter. It's made from soy, most of it, but they also have a coconut version. Just for purposes of the show, I'm using faux butter. And so we're going to also load up this potato skin, and we're going to pop them back on that same cookie sheet with the parchment paper at the same temperature, 400. And they only need to cook for a little while. And wow, look how beautiful. I did a little bit of broiling on the end. See how beautiful they are? Now normally I would have like 2 pans full of these because not only will my whole family like to eat them, but the next morning we can have them for breakfast, cut up and made into breakfast potatoes. So really good for you, really delicious, really festive, a really great holiday addition to your family traditions. I hope you enjoy it. Let me know and stay tuned for our next holiday episode of Cook with Joy.